Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Anisimova on redemption mission v Sabalenka in US Open Final. Amanda Anisimova will bid to crown her improbable redemption mission at the US Open on Saturday as world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka seeks to grab her final chance of the year to win a Grand Slam. 2 months after suffering a catastrophic 6-0 thrashing in the Wimbledon final, Anisimova has bounced back to stand on the brink of completing a fairy tale comeback in New York. The 24-year-old 8th seed held her nerve to battle past Naomi Osaka in the semifinals, winning 6-7, 4-7, 7-6, 7-3, 6-3 in an instant classic that finished in the early hours of Friday morning. For Anisimova, the win represented a personal triumph after the trauma of her drubbing by IJ Swiatek at Wimbledon in July. The American, who took an 8-month break from tennis in 2023, citing burnout and depression, says her success in New York is attributable to the steps she has taken to prioritize her mental health. Obviously, it served me well, and I'm really happy with the choice that I made, Anisimova said of her decision to step away from the sport. It's clearly paying off now, and I feel like I have a whole new perspective when I step onto the court. Even on regular days or training days, I think I appreciate the process a lot more than I used to. Mental muscle memory. That resilience was on full display in Thursday night's thriller with Osaka, when she banished any negative thoughts to claw her way into the final. I could have easily said, "Oh, she's playing better than me, and I can't really do anything," Anisimova said afterwards. "I really tried to find a way, any way I could to stay in the match, even though it was extremely tough." Anisimova will also head into Saturday's final armed with the mental muscle memory of having beaten reigning US Open champion Sabalenka in 6 of their 9 previous meetings. That winning record includes a defeat of Sabalenka in the semifinals at Wimbledon, where she prevailed in another tense 3-setter. "We've had very, very tough matches," Anisimova said of Sabalenka. "But I think the standout one was probably Wimbledon. It was really a seesaw match, which is almost always the case when I play her." Sabalenka, who advanced to Saturday's final with a 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 defeat of American 4th seed Jessica Pegula, is bracing for another dogfight, admitting she still dwells on her Wimbledon defeat by Anisimova. "I have to trust myself, and I have to go after my shots," she said. "I felt like in that match at Wimby, I was doubting a lot my decisions, and that was the main thing that was bringing a lot of unforced errors. Tough lessons. I gave her a lot of opportunities, and, of course, she played incredible tennis. But I feel like I had my opportunities. I didn't use them." The 27-year-old from Belarus is also determined to avoid finishing her Grand Slam season empty-handed. The powerful right-hander was beaten in both the Australian and French Open finals this year before her Wimbledon exit, and is in no mood to let another chance to claim a 4th career Grand Slam singles title pass her by. That sense of steely determination was on display at the Arthur Ashe Stadium on Thursday as she fought back from a set down to squeeze past Pegula. "I badly wanted to give myself another opportunity, another final, and I want to prove to myself that I learned those tough lessons and I can do better in the finals," said Sabalenka, referencing this season's losses in Melbourne and Paris. Sabalenka is also aiming to achieve something that has become increasingly rare over the years in successfully defending the US Open. No woman has retained the title since Serena Williams won 3 in a row in 2012, 2013, and 2014. Asked earlier in the tournament for her thoughts on the fact that the last 11 US Open titles have been shared between 10 players, Sabalenka quipped, "My thought is to change it." Flushing Meadows pulsed with energy as 23,000 fans filled Arthur Ashe Stadium. The lights beamed down with a theatrical brilliance, casting long shadows on the baseline. The air was heavy with anticipation and something more, something that buzzed just beneath the cheers and neon redemption. Amanda Anisimova stood at the service line, bouncing the ball with a focus she hadn't felt in years. Across the net stood Aryna Sabalenka, the reigning world number 1. A towering presence of raw power and controlled fury. This was it, the US Open final, a stage Anisimova had never reached before, and one Sabalenka was trying to dominate once more. But for Amanda, this wasn't just about a title. It was about rewriting the story that had almost ended before it truly began. Chapter 1. The Ghost She Carried. There was a time Amanda Anisimova had been called the future of American tennis. In 2019, at just 17, she had stunned the world by reaching the French Open semifinals. A graceful, aggressive baseliner with fearless shot-making, she had the charisma of a champion in waiting. But then life intervened. Injury after injury. Her father and coach, Constantine, passed away suddenly. The game, once her sanctuary, became a source of grief. "I wasn't sure I'd ever come back," she had said during a tearful press conference earlier in the tournament. But 2025 had been different. Quietly, almost stubbornly, Amanda rebuilt. No more headlines. No more pressure. Just the rhythm of the game, the meditative hum of hours on court. She worked with a new coach who prioritized her mental wellness as much as her physical strength. She strengthened her legs, her core, but above all, her belief. And now here she was, 4 match wins over seeded players, including a straight-sets demolition of Iga Swiatek in the semis. A finalist at her home slam, facing Sabalenka, the Iron Wall. Chapter 2. The Beast Across the Net. Aryna Sabalenka was everything Amanda was not, at least on paper. A slam winner multiple times over. The face of modern power tennis. Noisy, expressive, unafraid. Her serve was a cannon. Her forehand, a hammer. Her screams echoed around stadiums like war cries. But Aryna too had her demons. 2023 and 2024 had seen her dominate, then collapse under pressure. A chronic double-fault problem, a public coaching breakup, and visible meltdowns had become part of her narrative. In 2025, she changed that. She meditated. She practiced in silence for hours. She learned patience. And she won. Australian Open, Wimbledon, and now the U.S. Open stood waiting to crown her the year's queen. But Amanda was in her way. Chapter 3. The match begins. The first set was a war of nerves. Anisimova, serving first, opened with a double fault. She sighed. Not the start she wanted. But then came 3 blistering backhands down the line. Her signature shot, as if her racket remembered her best self before her mind could. 1-0. Sabalenka roared back, holding serve with 4 aces. The scoreboard ticked upward. 2-2, 3-3. Then came the 9th game. Sabalenka, serving, led 40-15. But Amanda dug in. She returned deep, low, refusing to give Aryna her usual angles. Then a sudden drop shot. The crowd gasped. Sabalenka scrambled, too late. Break point. Amanda took it. She served out the set 6-4. Fist clenched, jaw tight. No smile. Not yet. Chapter 4. The Roar Awakens. Sabalenka was not going down quietly. The second set began with thunder. Aryna crushed returns, stepping inside the baseline with the rage of a cornered tiger. She broke Anisimova in the first game. Then again for 4-0. Amanda's racket flew once, slamming into the back tarp. She shouted at herself in frustration. The clean lines of her game frayed. Her timing was a second off. Sabalenka took the set 6-1 in 28 minutes. It wasn't just a set, it was a warning. This is my court too, her eyes seemed to say. The crowd was split now, not just by nationality but by narrative. Anisimova, the comeback kid, versus Sabalenka, the apex predator. Chapter 5. Into the Fire. The final set began just before midnight. New York, restless and alive, didn't blink. Amanda closed her eyes before the first serve. Not to pray. To remember. She remembered her father, his arm around her shoulder after a junior tournament in Boca Raton. Play free, Mandy, he had said. Tennis is jazz. Feel the rhythm. She smiled. The rhythm returned. She served with clarity. She attacked Sabalenka's second serve with precision. She sliced, she rallied, and when the opening came, she struck. A forehand winner down the line gave her the first break. 3-1. But champions don't fall easily. Sabalenka broke back with sheer aggression, crushing a 121 miles per hour ace, followed by a forehand winner that scorched the line. 3-3. The match teetered. Every point was a mini-epic. 4-4, 5-5. Then, at 5-5, deuce, Sabalenka double-faulted. Her old ghost. Break point. Anisimova stepped in. Sabalenka served. A second serve. Amanda pounced. Backhand. Down the line. Winner. The crowd exploded. She served for the championship. Chapter 6. The final game. The first point an ace. 15-0. The second a long rally. 22 shots. Sabalenka hit wide. 30-0. Third point serve and volley. Anisimova. Serve and volley? Yes. It worked. 40-0. 3 championship points. She bounced the ball once. Twice. She looked up. She saw her father. Not literally, but in her heart. The serve went in. Sabalenka returned deep. Amanda stepped in. A backhand down the line. The same shot that defined her at 17. Sabalenka lunged. The ball hit the net cord, hung in the air, and dropped. Wide. It was over. Chapter 7. The silence after. Amanda fell to her knees. Not in triumph, but in release. All the years. All the rehab. All the therapy. The tears. The nights she almost quit. It all landed here. The crowd stood as one. Applause thundered across the 5 boroughs. Sabalenka walked to the net and pulled her into a hug. Respect. Rivalry. Reverence. At the trophy ceremony, Amanda didn't cry. She smiled. A quiet, almost shy smile. A different kind of champion. This isn't just about tennis, she told the crowd. This is about finding yourself again, even when you think you're lost. Epilogue. The story retold. In sports, we talk about greatness like it's only built on wins. But sometimes, greatness is built on survival, on resilience, on rising after the world stops watching. Amanda Anisimova didn't just win the U.S. Open. She rewrote her ending. Or maybe, she just began a new chapter. And the world, once again, is watching. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.